Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on WHKY News. I'm Fentress Fountain, filling in once again tonight for Ralph Mangum behind your anchor desk. Rob Eastwood and Jason Savage have news coming up for you later on in tonight's newscast, and I'll have all the details about the 4th of July events from the city of Hickory. Beautiful day on Lake Hickory, as you can see, nothing but sunshine. It's been another scorcher, unfortunately. Well, if you like the heat, then you loved it. Temperatures in the upper 80s and even fluctuating in the 90s at some points. Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on WHKY News for Friday, July 2nd. We are almost into our fireworks celebrations as we bring in the 4th of July and celebrate Independence Day. If you plan on attending any of those events with your families, please be sure to be safe and, of course, have fun. Soy Fentress Fountain, estoy aquí con Marisol Rodriguez. Ella es semifinalista en la competencia Miss Health and Fitness. Venció a miles de mujeres para llegar a este punto. ¿Cómo se siente?
Muy bien, muchas gracias Fentress por el interview.
I'm Fentress Fountain and I'm here with Marisol Rodriguez, and we are at the Rock Fitness in Lincolnton. Now I understand this is where you work out all the time. What inspired you to take fitness to the next level as far as practicing competitively? I'm Fentress and I'm here with Miss Chelsea Crane, Zumba with Chelsea. And we are in Hudson right now, and she is actually going to give us a quick 8 count to do, because since all the gyms are closed due to COVID-19, we need something to do to keep our bodies in shape. Okay. Yeah! Yeah, you did! Over the years, obviously, I just talked with the coach. He said, y'all keep it fresh all the time. What is it like every night performing for the crowd and keeping them up to speed on everything?
It's fun because every night we in a different city.
And we're back, still reporting from the hot air balloon, and let me tell you, this is probably the coolest story I've ever done. From start to finish, it's a process from mapping out which direction to go, rolling out the balloon, heating it up, loading in, and of course, taking off.
Don't let the fear of heights stop you from going, because I'm afraid of heights. I'm serious. I've always been afraid of heights my entire life. I can't do a 2-story building. Can't do it.
Flat balloon.
There's no sense of height.
Over the last few months, I've had 3 different families reach out to me in reference to cases where they say their children or grandchildren are being placed in homes with their abusers. And despite tons of evidence presented inside the court, they are not being removed from these situations.
You're watching the FPC channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. And this week, our guest is Miss Dana. You may have seen her on WHKY, but now she is joining me on the FPC channel, and she is cooking today, so we're in the kitchen. What are you cooking for us?
I'm gonna make something delicious. Today I've got on the menu a little Italian chicken stir fry. Oh yeah.
We jealous people. Based on the pandemic, what has it been like in the midst of everything that happened, last year and still going on this year? What is it like working as an actor during this time? And before we go, I want to kind of talk about what is the day in the life of Portia and Andrea. When you're in the salon, obviously you always talk about all the good stuff. Oh, we love our clients, everything's so great. So talk about the stressfulness of, scheduling and having to be on your feet all day doing the hair. But then also just talk about, what keeps you going. The movie may start filming in September, but filming and post-production could take over a year, so be on the lookout for the movie to hit theaters in 2021. And if you happen to see some Hollywood-style cameras in the Hickory area, that's because our little city is now making some big moves in the industry. The perfect match in theaters today. Now tell me, what are you most excited about for this film? What can people expect when they go see this film? Is it the typical love story, or what can folks get out of it? And for people who may have not heard of your album so far, what can people expect from you as an artist? Talk about you, personally, and where do you draw a lot of your music off of just inspiration that, stuff that happened with you in the past? And what has the journey been like? Talk about the growth process. Obviously, you said you started 10 years ago and you always look for that first laugh. What happens when you have that one bad night? How do you continue to keep going? I've always wondered that when I watch other comedians. If you have a crowd that's just absolutely dead, what do you do and what do you drive off of?
You just take it home.
When you stepped into this role, did you already know a lot about the issue at hand as far as trafficking, or did you learn more about it after you got into the role?
No, I didn't know. I think like so many people, you've heard of it, but you didn't realize how prevalent it is.
And Hickory native and American Idol contestant. Now, first off, before we get into anything, How did you get started singing? Because according to your mom, she told me that when you were a baby, you used to moan and she just knew you were going to be a singer when I interviewed her at HCAM. So what's your side of the story? Right now we're here at the watch party with his family. How are you guys feeling tonight? City Hall, and we are celebrating the 150th anniversary of the city of Hickory. And I'm going to let Mayor Hank Guest pronounce what it's actually called because I don't want to mess it up.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not going to mess it up, but it's a sesquicentennial.
And what has it been like personally to know that you started this little group on Facebook and now it's huge? What has it been like for your little babies in the window right there?
It's so sweet. It's so fun. I had no idea it was going to explode like this.
Tremendous turnout.
It's an evil, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, this area gets a lot of trick-or-treating. Thousands of children come through, and we just took that benefit to be part of their childhood memories.
And here at the Western Piedmont Symphony Druid Auditorium, here with the amazing Kelly Hall Hopkins. Now, she is a world-class violinist, having performed on Broadway, but you took some time to come to our small town of Hickory this week. Tell me, first of all, what brings you into our city?
Well, I'm really glad to be here as soloist with the Western Piedmont Symphony.
First week, was it more than you expected as far as the crowd? And, you know, what are some of the safety measures you had to put in place to make sure everybody can come in, drive safely, and view the movie?
Now, tell me a little bit more about this truck. Now, obviously, is there people inside? How does that work? How do they get inside? How dangerous is it?
It's not dangerous. We have a lot of safety equipment in there.
I'm Fendra's Fountain, and I'm here over I-40 right now, and we have pretty loud right now, but I'm here with Pastor Rick Haugen. He's going to explain what's going on this morning. Why did you decide to come out here?
Answers. We're part of a group that's supporting Run for the Wall.
Okay.
A group of motorcycles, 360 of whom left Asheville last night, but they've traveled from Ontario, California. Their ultimate destination is the Vietnam War Memorial Wall.